banker has awarded Dr. Atiur Rahman the award for Central Bank Governor of the Year for Asia Pacific on the back of his relentless commitment to environmentally and socially aware financing programs which have reached out to the poorer segments of society while maintaining growth and stability in Bangladesh. We are joined today by Dr. Atiur Rahman himself. Thanks again for joining us and congratulations on the award.
Thank you, Stefania, for finding me out. Thank you.
No problem. So first of all, I wanted to know what, as a central bank governor, pushed you to consider financial inclusion as a key part of your mandate?
And as you know, Stefania, I joined as a governor of the Central Bank of Bangladesh in 2009, which was at the height of the financial crisis. And I immediately found that the external demand for our products, which is mostly textiles and other products, really weakening. And I thought I better compensate that. And only way to compensate that to bolster our domestic demand. And we approached it from both sides, both from the demand side and also from the supply side. From the demand side, I went straight into small and medium enterprises, both firm and non-firm, putting more money into this productive sector. And on the supply side, to match that demand, we went for the supply side as well.
And some of the key programs that we featured in our write-up of your award were, for example, the financial inclusion program for tenant farmers or the program for street children to open savings accounts. Now, in these programs, the involvement of local banks and NGOs was crucial. So what was behind your decision to involve the local banks, and how easy was it to involve them?
It was not very easy. Initially, in fact, the monetary policy was very conventional, and so I tried to brought in the developmental central bank role, but the commercial banks were not ready for it. And then I took them out for a road show, went to the villages. 100 times I went to the rural areas, and every time I took the CEOs, even the foreign bank CEOs with me. And I told them, you got to give certain percentage of your portfolio to agriculture, to SME, and do your own plan. Give your target voluntarily, and then we will just monitor that. So initially they thought it's a social responsibility they are doing, but then it became a good business case because they felt that if they put in money for the smaller sectors, not only that it becomes very stable, they get back the money. The small people don't really default that much, as they burn their fingers with the large corporates.
But in addition to making business sense, one of the key reasons why we gave this award is also because these programs also brought about stability. So to wrap up, why do you think, and in what sense, financial inclusion does bring stability to Bangladesh?
Financial inclusion brings stability because through financial inclusion, you increase the base of the deposits. So when you have millions of depositors, that becomes a stable base of the deposits. But again, if you give money to small people, that means millions of borrowers, they don't fail suddenly. So they also become stable. So from both sides, both from the deposit side and both from the lending side, you become stable. So it's an institutional stability that was in my mind, and that brought in. Moreover, that also brought in a lot of legitimization because bankers are not always looked at very well. They think that the rich people, they are only working for the rich people. So bring in a lot of legitimization, a lot of democratization. If you really go for the financial inclusion, that brings in a lot of social stability also.
So it is fair to say that through these financial inclusion programs, you managed to help the poorer segments of society. It brought about growth, stability, and you involved, the big players such as the private local banks that could make this happen.
Yeah.
Thank you once again, Dr. Rahman, for joining us, and congratulations.
Thank you.